And the way that leotard slides perfectly between those fat cheeks. I could go on for days about Rainbow Miku's moneymaker, but we have some important details about the final to discuss.
Wow, I can't believe the month is almost over. I've had my ups and downs, as you know, Freya, but I think I've come to terms with all the changes that have occurred, and I can't wait to continue my education here in the fall.
Yeah, whatever. Just shut up so we don't get in trouble.
Mr. Obama, are you speaking out of turn again?
Oh, yes, I was, Professor. I'm sorry.
Fine. I'll forget it this once. Back to the final. It will consist of 100 multiple-choice questions covering the history, design, and implementation of ass design in video games. You will be expected to recognize both the most iconic but also many obscure video game butts and understand what it was that made them either raise their games to great heights or doom them to the trash bin of gaming history. Study hard because it will count for 75% of your grade, meaning if you fail the final, you could fail the entire class. That is all. Good day.
All multiple choice? This is going to be a piece of cake.
Keep telling yourself that, loser.
Wait, do you think it's going to be hard?
How do you not know this? Professor Valentino has the hardest final at Rutgers. Only 1 in 10 students pass it.
Only 1 in 10? God, I don't like those odds. Even the presidential election was pretty 50-50.
Well, you better get to studying.
You're probably right. On the bright side, it's the perfect way to get out of Kim's belated half-birthday party at Hooters.
So yeah, the only reason King Arthur was able to pull the sword out of the stone was because he always carried around lube. That brings us to the Middle Ages. This is going to be hard to admit, but I was the one who started the plague. Oh, hey, it's you, the woman who gave me this job. Are you here because you discovered I'm not legally allowed to be around children unsupervised?
What? No. Most of our students are adults, so it shouldn't matter anyway. I'm just checking in to see that everything is underway vis-a-vis the final.
The what now?
The final! The cumulative test every class has at the end of the term. Finals are scheduled for Friday. You have prepared one, haven't you?
To be entirely honest, I have no idea what you're talking about, but I think that might not be a smart thing to admit, so I'm not going to do it.
But you, just did admit it.
Admit what?
That you don't know what a final is, let alone have one prepared.
No, I didn't admit that. I definitely have a final. It's a great one. It's very big and cost a lot of money. I bought it at PacSun.
That's not how,
Well, if that's everything, you should probably be on your way. I'm teaching a class here after all.
Okay. Good day, Professor Biden.
I can't believe none of you told me about this final thingamajig. Class is over. Brock, Florentine, and Chartreuse, get up here immediately. We need to talk damage control.
What seems to be the problem, Professor Biden?
You know damn well what the problem is. The final. What even is that?
Haha, Professor. Great stuff. You're pretending to not know what a final is to comment on the drastic difference in knowledge possessed by American college professors compared to European ones.
What the fuck are you talking about? I'm genuinely freaking out right now. This isn't a bit.
And your commitment to the whole thing shows just how strongly you feel about the issue.
Jesus fucking Christ, you three can be so fucking stupid. How did you even get into college?
Now he's pointing out the low admission standards at public schools. This guy is great.
Please help me.
Haha. Fine, Professor. We'll play along. A final is a test that should gauge a student's knowledge of all the information taught in a class. So if you're making one, just take various topics discussed in class and create questions that cover at least some part of them all.
What we discussed in class, I don't remember any of that.
I think this is a commentary on how microplastics are affecting long-term memory.
Fuck, I'm getting nowhere. I guess I'm gonna have to figure this out myself.
Oh, that's great, Donald. Perfect. I'm cooking with gas now. Shit, someone's coming.
Hey, Donald. What were you just doing?
Me? I was getting in some studying for my final on Friday. I feel I've been working so hard, but there's a lot left to learn. I'm still trying to figure out when you should fire minimum wage employees as opposed to just cutting their hours.
Oh, good. I was worried you were wasting time by playing some computer game.
Nah, I haven't touched a game in weeks. That is, if you don't consider day trading a game, which I personally do. It helps take the sting out of losing $40,000 on Cinemark.
You're so funny, Donald.
Sure, that was definitely a joke.
Anyway, I just came by to check in on you and see how you're doing.
I'm good. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. That stuff with Joe and Barack was pretty rough. It's best it ended the way it did, a complete cutting of the cord. The night of the hurricane was rough, but I'm past it now, and I hope that the two of them are too.
That's very mature of you.
Thanks. I'm pretty much the most mature man to ever live, probably. I even got voted that in my high school yearbook, along with getting voted thickest wang. Not the longest, though. That went to a black guy, understandably.
Well, I guess I'll see for myself when we get married one day. Oh gosh, I can't believe I said something so dirty.
Don't worry about it. You should have heard what I said to Billy Bush when we weren't being recorded. Borderline illegal speech right there.
Okay, well, I better get going. I have a final to study for myself. Bye, Donald.
Bye, Veronica.
Donald, when you said you're fine, you're telling the truth, right?
Yeah, I'm telling the truth.
Believe me, Todd, body armor is a scam. Anyone can train their body to block bullets with pure willpower. I mean, do you really think the CIA wouldn't have tried to take me out by now if that wasn't the case?
Wow, David, that's so cool. I really wish that my uncle had known that in 1993. Oh well. Hey, Barry O, how's it hanging?
Not so well, Todd. I'm pretty worried about my final on Friday. It's apparently absolutely brutal.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do. What about you? Are you worried for your final?
Well, I'm an English major, so my final is just proving I can read. And I'm really close to being able to do that.
Huh, what about you, Kim?
I've yet to learn how to breathe underwater, but I have learned a sufficient amount about whales or whatever to pass any silly test they throw my way.
Damn, is the video game design major the only tough one at this school?
Probably. I mean, this is Rutgers. It mostly exists for the parties and to give New Brunswick a reason for existing.
Huh, what's that? Wait, this can't be.
What is it, Barry O? Did you get a coupon for a free Domino's pizza or something?
No, it's, will you excuse me?
Where's Barack going? Did he get a coupon for a free Domino's pizza or something?
I don't know. He just got some sort of message and quickly left.
He's clearly having a gay affair.
Ooh, I hope his lover is rich. Then we could finally get a copy of Rule of Rose.
Okay, I'm alone. Let's look at this again. Greetings, Barrio. A little bird told me that you might need help with that final of yours. Lucky for you, I'm here to help. I can get you the test and all the answers for $2,000. Think it over. Oh my God, this could be perfect. If I had the test, I'd know exactly what I need to learn, and I'd be able to pass the final easily. With how hard Freya says the test is, this may be my only chance to stay at Rutgers. But no. Can I really be considering such a thing? It'd be immoral. It'd be wrong. On the other hand, I'd still be studying for it in a way. I'd just have a little help. Yeah, a little help. There isn't anything wrong with that. It's basically the same thing as one of those drug clinics that give you a shot of the dragon to take the edge off. But $2,000, can I afford that? I just spent a lot on that nude concept art of Tifa to aid in getting the right dimensions for my hentai game. You know what? You need it. You'll find the money. Okay, let me email this guy back. Dear sir, I am very interested. Just tell me when and where.
Hey buddies, I'm not late, am I?
No, George, you're right on time. Take a seat.
Hello, friend George. Pop down right next to old Haresh. I'll scoot a little to make room.
Well, thanks, Haresh.
Okay, since we're all situated, let's get down to business. I called you two here because I'm in a little pickle, and I could use the brains of my two smartest friends to help me out of it.
Anything for your friend Joe.
Joe, I don't mean to question you, but we're your two smartest friends. I'm not one for self-deprecation, but let's just say I wasn't quite the A student at Andover.
Don't sell yourself short, George. You managed to start that whole big war. Two of them, actually. A dumb person couldn't have done that.
He's right, friend George. So, Sleepy Joe, what is the problem?
Well, you see, it turns out that part of my job as a history professor is making something called a final. Not sure what that is, and I only have a couple of days to do it. I was hoping you two could at least point me in the right direction.
Oh, that isn't too hard. A lot of teachers just take questions from the tests they've done and put them together into the final. It's lazy, but it works.
I'm not sure if that will work in my case. My tests were pretty slapdash. I just asked people to write down what they thought we learned, and then grade themselves on how well they feel they did.
That's a very original testing style, friend Joe. I think it may be the future of education.
I agree, Haresh, but it seems that the administration expects something more traditional from me for the final.
Okay, well, what about taking a final that one of the previous professors of your class did and just using that?
Ooh, yeah, so that leads me to my second problem. I didn't exactly teach to the curriculum or even any type of lesson plan for that matter. I just mindlessly mumbled stories from my life as I made a tier list of noggin shows in my head. Ghostwriter is S tier, it's underrated as hell.
I love Ghostwriter. I used to watch it all the time. I like how Samuel L. Jackson was in a couple of episodes.
I think we all agree that Ghostwriter was the peak of children's television, but it seems like Joe has a big problem that we have to focus on. What about your students? Have you tried talking to them and seeing what they say?
Good idea, friend George. You are truly proving yourself as one of Joe's smartest friends.
Let's not go there quite yet, Haresh. Going to the students was my first idea, but they were no help. Kids these days are crazy. They look at me like I'm some immortal genius god. Sure, I'm immortal for all intents and purposes, and yes, I'm a genius when it comes to many things, but I'm not a god. Well, I guess it depends on your definition of God.
Gosh, Joe, if all that's the case, I just don't know what to tell you. You may be, and pardon my French, crap out of luck.
I had a feeling that you were going to say that. I guess my days as a college professor are numbered.
Oh God, I'm so nervous. What if someone figures out what I'm doing? No, don't worry, Barack. No one could possibly know that you're about to buy the answers to your final. I'm sure the guy who sent me that email does this all the time. And if he's never been caught before, you have no reason to believe he will now. You just have to wait here, hand off the money, and get yourself that A. Is that him? Professor Valentino, what are you doing here?
Oh, nothing much, Mr. Obama. What are you doing here?
I was just coming here for my club meeting.
And what club would that be?
It's the Gay People of Color organization?
Is it really? I didn't know you were a person of color.
What, you didn't? I mean, I feel I'm pretty obviously a black man.
It certainly fooled me. Well, considering I'm a proudly heterosexual white man, I better get going and leave you to your club activities.
Oh, so soon? Well, probably for the best. See you around, Professor.
Good day, Mr. Obama. Mr. Obama, one last thing. I can assume you're busy studying for your final, correct? When you aren't participating in your club for gays of color, I mean.
Me? Yep, I'm studying hard. Phew, that was a close one. Why did I tell him I was gay? That's the 4th time this week I've lied to someone about that. Maybe I should talk to a therapist. Oh no, what's this? This isn't good. Professor Valentino showing up like that could have ruined the whole thing. No, I'm not trying to screw you. I have no idea why he was here. I'm still very interested. Hopefully he gives me another chance. Wow, that was fast. Yikes, that's more than double, but I guess I have no choice. I'm in too deep. Have it your way. $5,000 it is.
Oh dear, I can't believe I got kicked out of class again. Hey, it's the Trumpster.
What? Oh, hi, Todd.
How's it going? I haven't seen you since you left in the middle of the hurricane and had a tear-jerking fight in the rain with Barry O, where you more or less admitted you didn't care if he were alive or dead.
Yikes, yeah, it feels really douchey when you put it that way.
But let's forget about that for now. What are you up to?
Me? Up to something? I'm not up to anything. What makes you think that?
I have a feeling that you just expressed a clear emotion, but I'm still learning how to tell which emotion is which. So I'm gonna guess that you're probably hungry.
I'm always hungry, Todd.
So I was right?
I mean, you weren't wrong.
Yay. Hey, remember how you said during the hurricane that we're technically still friends? Does that mean we can get food together? I've been dying to try Chinese food ever since I met David. I'm afraid to go alone, though, because I'm worried that the fortune cookie is gonna tell me something scary.
Now's not a great time for me. I'm sort of in the middle of something.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Some other time, then.
Yeah, Todd, for sure. It was good seeing you. Give Barack and Joe...
Give Barack and Joe what?
Never mind. See you around.
This sure has taken a long time. Maybe I should make a big scene by punching the secretary. That'd probably speed things up.
Professor Biden, is that you?
Oh, hi again, blonde lady.
What are you doing in the president's office?
I'm here to give him my resignation.
You're resigning. But why? It seemed to me that you got along well with your students.
Yeah, they're all right. And this job is definitely the easiest and most fun job I've ever had. That's if we're not including the month I worked at a chicken restaurant when I was pretending to be 14. God, what a summer. It was 1965, and I was the shovel man. That meant I had to shovel the frozen chicken onto the grill for 10 hours a day. I only got paid 15 cents an hour. It was brutal, back-breaking work, but once in a while, the manager would turn away and I would devour one of the frozen pieces of chicken. Those were the days.
What was that? Can we get back to the reason you're resigning?
Resigning? Oh, right. I'm doing it because I don't know how to make a final. I've been racking my brain all day. I even asked Haresh what to do, but I still came up empty. I realized that this meant I wasn't meant to be a teacher. My students deserve to have a professor who knows what he's doing and will give them a good education. And if I can't make a final, I must not be the right man for the job.
That's it? Why don't you just ask your TA to do it?
My what now?
Your teacher's assistant? As a tenured professor, you have a teacher's assistant for your class. It's some grad student whom we're only sort of paying. Most professors have their TAs do everything, sometimes even teach. I'm sure they've been taking notes of what you've said all term. They could probably make a final easily.
Really? Wowee. Now I can stay a professor. Oh boy, I'm so happy. I'm already planning my fall classes. I'm going to have one where we just learn about the underwear the presidents wore. If you're wondering, Grover Cleveland always kept his shit stained and Carter went commando.
Okay, Barack, this is it. You can't fuck up now. Hopefully that fat-ass Professor Valentino isn't anywhere near. It's his fault that I have to do this in the first place. And can't believe he also screwed me on the handoff earlier today. Where is this asshole? I'm giving him $5,000. The least he could do is be on time. It's like the only person in the world who has a brain in his head is me. Everyone else is either just a fat ass or an asshole. Oh God, what am I saying? I can't believe I'm acting like this. This isn't me, it's this fucking test, isn't it? No, it isn't the test. It's the answers. I decided it'd be okay for me to cheat, and suddenly I'm throwing all my values and manners out the window. I'm calling this off. If I fail, I fail, but I can't let myself get corrupted like this. There, it's done. Phew, I feel like me again. I wonder, though, who was the guy who sent me that email? Oh, well, I guess I'll never know.
Damn, this was a long day. I can't wait to see what kind of angry email Barack sent me when I didn't show up for the handoff. It's gonna be fucking hilarious. Sucks to suck, I guess. Barack will never learn. He's just the kind of guy who'll always take the shortcut in life. Maybe this will teach him. Oh, here it is. I'm so excited. Huh, what's this?
I'd like to say thank you, but no thank you for your offer. As I was standing, waiting for you, I realized I just couldn't go through with it. This is something you couldn't know, but I recently lost a great friend of mine. No, my best friend. And I lost him because I did the wrong thing, but here I am, about to do the wrong thing again. I know that he'll never be a part of my life again, no matter what I do. But I figured that I need to learn from the experience, or I'm acting like the loss of his friendship meant nothing. And Donald meant something. He meant everything.
Huh, would you look at that? Maybe he is changing.